Alright, I'm gonna go a little bit spiritual, a little bit emotional, a little bit personal, because that's what we need to tap into to unlock that treasure. It's one of my, it's beginning to be one of my favorite spots, 343. That number itself probably has some significance if you look into it. But anyway, not surprised, they're everywhere. No problem. Does this give you any ideas? Creation is all around us. Alright, so I'm making a quick stop to the rooftop garden here. It's becoming one of my favorite spots to go to. Certain things need to be handled. And I've actually figured out the pattern of attendance here. It's right before the lunch rush, so there's not many people around. But this is a place that I'm starting to build an affinity towards, because I could still be among the hustle and bustle, but I could also remove myself for a brief period of time to allow certain creativity to take place. And that is also a good thing for people to do when it comes down to being the best you can be on a creative scale, because we each have something that we can bring to the table. And when everyone brings something to the table, as we say, everybody eat. But figuring that part out as an individual can be a challenge, especially if you have a lot of baggage from your upbringing, from your experiences, good or bad, and the lid of belief that has been placed on each of us just by default. No one's fault directly in most situations, but it just comes down to having the concept of unconditional agape love, as it is in the Greek, meaning that no one else can shake your tree or bother how you feel about yourself, your situation, and even someone else's situation. Agape love is something like, no matter where someone may go, whether they change jobs, go to a different company, change teams in sports, go to a different school, represent this or that, we want success for everybody, because that is the best way for us to actually experience success ourselves. It can be an emotional challenge, especially if strong bonds are built, whether it's family, whether it's, more than family, even best friends, first cousins even. But just going back to the roots, what are we here for and what do we want out of our own lives? So I came up here to share something that's in my spirit, and I've been experiencing a lot of abundance. And what I found out about abundance is that once you're filled, you have to share it in order to get more. I am a conduit of abundance, and I'm not going to hold it in and be stingy, because then other people miss out and I miss the whole purpose of my ministry and why I'm here. I'm not here to get people to buy into my vision with our nonprofit. I'm not here to get people to buy into Organo Gold's vision of bringing the treasures of the earth to the people of the world. That is a byproduct by having the right motives in place and actually sampling my character with people and letting everything else fall into place. And that brings me to the topic of what I wanted to share. I've been getting a lot of requests and questions, messages, all these different things about more information, more nuts and bolts about sampling of the character. When you look at it, many people have been alluding to this over time. People that have influence in our lives, whether it's our parents, our brother, sister, cousin, people in the corporate world who have influence, who have titles, who have mentorship, who have helped a lot of people move along in their careers, in school, college, whatever have you, teachers, professors, peers. We're all attracted to people to build relationship because of their character or at least what we assume it to be and what we sum it up as, until there's something else that changes our perception of that. But for the most part, it's about your character, your integrity. And this can be shown in many ways. But for myself, I sample my character by looking for first a connection with the person. It could be eye contact, it could be a comment, something in common that we may just have right off the bat, and not forcing it and allowing that process to take place. So for myself, what's worked really well is the FORM. I've heard it a lot of times, but actually practicing it in a genuine way has really brought a lot of connections and success as far as building my network. A network is required for whatever we're doing. The saying goes, it's not necessarily what you know, but a lot of times it comes down to who you know. Just like we're experiencing on our way to San Antonio. Met a lot of people online, but not in person. But from the online to the offline, magic happens, and a lot of things are coming together, and I'm very appreciative of that. But I need to pass this on so we can move forward as a race of humankind. Basically, I'm not going too far with that. But anyway, FORM, for me, it has been F, family. Asking someone how long you've been married, got any children, are you from this area, where do your roots lie? Some people, that triggers them off to start talking and opening up. Or we have the O, which is occupation. What do you do? What consumes the majority of your day? Whether it's a business, whether it's school, whether it's just figuring things out. Sometimes that'll trigger that connection. FOR, look at that as recreation. What do you do when you're not required to do anything at all? What do you find yourself involved with as a hobby, or even something you see as a passion or a purpose? That can get people excited about talking and sharing. The last one, FORM, is, as I see it, message motivation. This is the part that's more sensitive for a lot of people because it gets more personal. Basically, it's digging into their why. Why do you get up in the morning? What's your purpose being here? And that's something that once you get down to it, you can really build some solid relationships and really help people with that and figure out their purpose and why they're here. But above all that, the character part can be communicated through that conversation by listening. It's not really how much I talk about myself, but if I'm asked a lot of questions, then I'll have to answer them thoroughly to make sure that if someone's looking for something that I have within me, I'll be sure to share that with them. So practicing that FORM, you can actually keep up with people that you already know and get to know who they are becoming and actually help them become who they want to be by sampling your character, having that motive, an honest and clear motive, transparent and all, and letting them know that that's what you're here for. You're not here for anything else, even though what you have to offer can be a byproduct if you are a true consultant of life and not necessarily a business or product and opportunity, recruiting of a, it could be college, it could be a church, inviting people over to come out to the congregation. But why are you doing that? And people that are in tune with their character will see your character, and that'll be something that'll cause them either to take action or not take action at all, no matter what they might say. So that's what I got. The alarm's going off. It's going up. Time to go.